Hi, I'm Pat Maher with AZEK Building Products. Today we're going to go to the AZEK VAST Challenge, comparing traditional concrete pavers with the AZEK VAST Pavers. First we're going to spray cooking spray and spill ketchup on the concrete pavers and the AZEK VAST Pavers just to show the absorption of stains into both products. They're typical products that you might find on any patio. We'll wipe those stains off. You can see with the traditional concrete paver, it's going to leave a stain on the product because of the porous nature of concrete. But with the AZEK VAST paver, it's going to be just on the surface and it's going to wipe right off the surface. Using a regular screwdriver, we'll attempt to scratch both the traditional concrete paver and the AZEK VAST paver, simulating what lawn furniture or yard tools might do on a concrete paver. You can see they're easily scratched, marks are left without much pressure on the concrete paver. The AZEK VAST paver doesn't show up scratches as easily as the concrete paver. Weight's a big consideration on the job. Moving material around is always a big concern. By comparison here, we have 4 grids with 32 pavers of the AZEK VAST pavers. Covers roughly over 7 square feet. By comparison, we have the same weight, 64 pounds worth of traditional concrete pavers here. 11 bricks, and this is going to cover just under 2.5 square feet. So moving material around on a job, you're able to move more material around on the job, same weight but covering more square footage. Through normal moisture cycling, concrete pavers can begin to degrade and break down along the edges of the product. Even by hitting it or dropping something heavy on the edge, it can easily be broken off at the corners. With AZEK VAST pavers, your edges are going to stay true. You're not going to be able to damage it by dropping something heavy on it. Traditional concrete pavers usually contain sharp, broken edges. These can wear and tear on your hands and your fingers as you're doing installs and moving blocks around. The smooth, clean edges of the AZEK VAST pavers are going to be a lot gentler on your hands. With traditional concrete pavers, doing a radius cut or even a simple straight cut requires trips back and forth to the wet saw to make a cut on each individual block. With the AZEK VAST pavers, doing a radius, you can use a jigsaw, make your cut right in place, or if you're cutting down a piece, you can lay that on a compound miter saw, make a straight cut there. Doing radius cuts is a lot easier with AZEK VAST pavers, simply using a jigsaw to make your radius cut right on the grid work, versus with a concrete or a traditional concrete paver, making trips back and forth to a wet saw. You can see you get a nice, clean, smooth, finished edge using the jigsaw versus the edge chipping out with traditional concrete pavers. When cutting AZEK VAST pavers, you can use a traditional chop saw with a framing blade. No more wet saw required. No more smoke and powder from cutting into concrete pavers. You can see the nice, smooth, clean, finished edge we get from using the miter saw versus a wet saw. A couple things to keep in mind when installing AZEK VAST pavers. First, your subbase is going to be a traditional subbase with a stone aggregate, sand on top of it, compressed down tight. After that, AZEK VAST pavers become a lot easier to install than traditional concrete pavers. With traditional paver install, you normally run a string line. The string line is going to be your guide to keep your pavers in place, in line, uniform throughout the whole install. Secondly, For every paver that you install, you have to come back and tamp it down one by one. This allows you to keep a flat, uniform surface across the entire install. With AZEK VAST Pavers, we use our patented grid system, which is a 16 by 16 grid, easily accepts all the pavers. The grid system allows you to remove the string line for uniformity, as each block will fit, each paver will fit in there and be uniform across the install. The other thing it does, removes the need to tamp down each individual paver. Pavers will go into the grid system will be laying flat on the surface. They'll all be laying uniform. To install, simply lay out your grids all across your area that's going to be paved, and then just come back in, drop your pavers in place. You need to be sure when you are going from one grid to another, you overlap your pavers from one grid to the next. This will lock in your pavers into place, keeping it uniform. Thanks for watching our video today comparing the many benefits of AZEK VAST Pavers over traditional concrete pavers. For more information, go to our website at www.azek.com.